Hello, Putnam County. I am here joined with a bunch of partners from Putnam County in front of Marshall's at one of our larger plazas in Putnam County for our business community right off of I-84. I'm joined by the chair of our legislature, Paul Yankee, who also happens to represent much of the area, I think specifically this district.
Yes.
One of the things that we advocated for within the budget process, because it has a financial impact, was a significant sales tax exemption for the people of Putnam County. It was passed within the budget, but also separately, the legislature, for this to happen, had to pass an independent resolution for me to sign, to send up to the state's Department of Tax and Finance for it to take effect. This is a very meaningful exemption for the people of Putnam County. Politicians have talked on for decades about changing the actual sales tax rate from 4% to 3%, but we all know that that would have a tremendous fiscal cost to our county budget. Quite frankly, cost almost $20 million. This sales tax exemption does something that's very important, particularly at times of sky-high inflation, high interest rates, and when people are feeling that squeeze at home. It eliminates the county sales tax for clothing and footwear under $110. Now that's important because the state does not charge sales tax on clothing and footwear under $110 already. So that means people that are purchasing these specific items where that sales tax can be more regressive and have more harm for people that are on lower income scales, it's making a real impact and they're not going to be paying any sales tax. What makes it even more impressive is we're here right off of I-84. If you travel down to the state of Connecticut, where we have traditionally always had a higher sales tax rate in New York and in Putnam County than in Connecticut, for these items, you're not going to be paying any sales tax, so it actually makes things more competitive. Now, for folks who might say that how much of an impact is this when there's only so many clothing and footwear stores in Putnam County, you can see we have Marshall's here, we have Kohl's up in the plaza as well, but because of the Supreme Court's change in the Wayfair case, we now have collect sales tax on online purchases, which means when you make an online purchase for clothing or footwear under $110, you are no longer going to have to pay sales tax. Now this takes effect in March of 2024. The way the legislature structured it, it's a 2-year exemption. But I wanted to say we couldn't get any of this done without our partners in the legislature. I believe it was unanimous, but the chairman can talk about that. And I just want to say how grateful I am to have partners in the legislature. We can only get as much as we want done with the legislative branch, vetting it, approving it, chiming in, and I am very grateful to them. But without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to the chairman of the Putnam County Legislature, Paul Yankee.
Thank you, Kevin. The legislature is proud to work with the county executive in lowering our sales tax rate in Putnam County for clothing under $110 and footwear under $110. But we've also worked on reducing the property taxes. This is what Putnam County now is. We are looking for ways to save the taxpayers' money and put the dollars back into the taxpayer's pocket. This is what we've done. This is a 2-year program. We passed this unanimously. We're very proud to partner with the county executive to give relief to our residents and taxpayers.
Thank you, Chairman. Just to follow up on a couple of things the Chairman said, because of the legislature's hard work and advocacy throughout the budget process, for the first time in close to 25 years, the property tax levy is being reduced. The tax rate's the lowest it's going to be the lowest rate in 15 years. These are really significant changes. And earlier in the year, in about February or March, Chairman Yankee was the loudest voice for this. We also passed the sales tax exemption for volunteer firefighters and ambulance workers. So there's a lot of examples this year where we're providing tax relief. We have a couple guests here that are with us that can speak to how the regressive nature of taxation, but also how some of these items are important to people in need in Putnam County. We have one of our great community partners, nonprofit, is Putnam Cap is here. I think we're joined by Matt Beeman and Bill Hammond. I'm not sure if you have anything you'd like to add.
Nothing specific except that it would really help our population, the clients that we serve, who are having a difficult time making ends meet, whether it's for heating clothing their children, and the food insecurity. This will be a big help.
Thanks, Bill. We're also joined by Lynn Eckhart from our board, who has been a supporter of the people of the community for years, and this will help dramatically. So thanks a lot. Thanks, Lynn. Thanks, Bill.
Thanks, man.
I really appreciate this. I think for our low-income folks, it's going to make a huge difference, and I love the idea that actually no tax at all, including at the state level. I think it will bring shoppers over from Connecticut as well. So economically, I think it's really a big deal. Thank you.
And I know some folks, they just look at like clothing and footwear or a pair of jeans, but one of the examples I like to use is that single mom that might be, feeling a squeeze at home. She needs to buy a onesie for her 2-year-old. That actually makes a real meaningful difference. So all those things we try to make a difference. We also obviously have a lot of partners here from the business community and economic development. We're joined by Kathleen Abels from the Economic Development Corporation. Some of the members of our board. Kathleen, do you have anything you'd like to add?
I think it's really appropriate that even though it's cold, we're meeting in front of Marshall's because their mission is to deliver great value to their customers. And the way I look at it is that seems to be the county government's mission as well. Marshall's has been around for over 65 years. They deliver an affordable option to families living in our community. They also are altruistic. They're a parent company, TJX. They give grants to national charitable organizations proffered by their associates. And when they open a new store, they donate stuff to not-for-profits. And that's a good thing too. I think this is a wonderful move. It's good for our community. It's good for our businesses. We want to encourage people to come to Putnam County and shop, and this is a great way to do it. And when we have stores that are good neighbors and corporate responsible citizens, like Marshall's and Kohl's and Home Depot, those larger businesses are anchors for the smaller businesses. So if you have to run to Home Depot to buy screens or a new power tool, maybe you'll stop and get a coffee or go to the Italian deli, pick up the bottom of the line. Really important thing. One other thought. So I guess the important thing is that we want our residents to be able to shop economically, and we want them to be able to shop conveniently, and eliminating this tax will do those things to consumers.
Yeah, anybody else?
I can only echo what Kathleen said, but this is a great bill for our area. It's going to keep tax dollars in this area, and it'll help support economic development in Putnam County rather than having our money flow out to Connecticut. Thank you.
Kevin, one other thing that we haven't mentioned is seniors, and although we shop a lot, I think this can be really beneficial for our seniors.
Thank you. And I didn't want to be remiss. I know we're joined by another department head, Director of Tourism, Tracy Wolf.
Yes.
There's other things that we've done in the past. Focusing on our larger businesses.
Well, I already know, and I think we want to project that Putnam is a great place to live, work, play, and buy your ski pants here before you head out to Thunder Ridge. Buy your bike helmets here before you get onto the bike path. Get your hiking boots here, and you've made that all easier. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Tracy. Anybody else? All good?
Good.
All right. All right, so let's get this signed. Got the resolution here. There he is. All right. Congratulations, everybody.